More to Marketing. Welcome to More to Marketing, the podcast that explores marketing, product, and everything business. I'm your host, Susan, and today we're going to be talking about AI and authenticity, how marketers can actually stand out by utilizing automation that happens, of course, from AI use. So we're going to actually be talking through how things are actually been changing, what the stats look like, and how you can actually benefit from AI. Now, the marketing world in 2025 is virtually unrecognizable from a few years ago. AI in the marketing industry is now worth over $47.3 billion, a nearly fourfold jump from the $12 billion in 2020, with global revenues expected to top $107 billion in 2028. It's no wonder that nearly 92% of businesses plan to invest in generative AI, particularly now and over the next 3 years as part of their planning, but also that 88% of digital marketers are already using it in their day-to-day work. Now, it isn't just about cool tricks and trends. AI does supercharge some marketing activities. It has been known to actually speed up content creation. Organizations utilizing AI writing tools report that 59% faster content creation and 77% more output. Now that's great, but I also think there needs to be a bit of authenticity behind there. They've also said that it's powered up personalization, it has sharpened targeting and segmentation, and also automating repetitive tasks so humans can focus on more strategy. But with so much content and automation flooding every platform, even seasoned pros sometimes ask, isn't it all starting to look same? Well, this is when you need to actually have that authenticity and understand how to utilize AI best, but also keep your voice. Now, studies have shown that we're exposed to 6,000 to 10,000 ads or brands or messages every single day. With this kind of saturation, consumers aren't just turning out the noise, they're even skeptical of anything that feels too polished or generic. And I've spoken about that in past podcasts in relation to influencers. Now, research also tells us that 90% of consumers consider authenticity important, particularly when deciding what brands to support. For brands, 83% of marketers say authenticity is very important, and 61% call it out as a single most vital component for impactful content. But what does that actually mean? What does that mean to businesses? It means audiences can immediately sense when a message is genuinely you versus when an AI has just produced it and spat it out. Now, behind this, think of places like, Patagonia. It's raw, messy, honest, and it really tells a brand storytelling story, right? Or behind the scenes of some of the TikToks that draw millions through what they do when they're sharing real humans and real stories. Now, AI and authenticity, it really needs to be that authenticness because you need to have your original story to tell. Then you can use AI to help generate pieces out of it. Some folks hear things like AI marketing and think it's a faceless automation, but big businesses are proving that doesn't have to be that way. So Nike is an example of this. They use AI-powered personalization. Now, by investing in it and utilizing it, they actually saw a 25% increase in customer retention, 30% boost in loyalty program membership, and 15% higher average order value. And not just all this, but also in the consumer satisfaction. They saw a 20% improvement. And all these stats were in 1 year. Now, over at Starbucks, they've been using AI-driven loyalty platform, and it now boasts over 25 million active members in the US. This is a jump of 20% since they've actually put in AI. The platform also pumped up revenue by 10% from loyalty members and increased the frequency of those loyalty members by 15%. Now, these are significant numbers when you think about the volume behind it. And it's all by using AI to help personalize. So working smarter, not harder. But you're always going to have humans behind this, working it out, getting it right, and testing. Even the academic world agrees. There's a strong positive correlation between AI and increase customer loyalty in e-commerce. Now, you really need to know how to blend smart AI with real authenticity. So what separates the brands that break through versus the ones that blend in? It's not about ditching AI. It's about how you use it. So here are 3 actionable tips. 1, use AI for insights and scaling, but let your brand voice shine. 43% of marketers adopted AI admit they don't know how to maximize its value. So don't be that marketer. Let AI do the heavy lifting with analytics and ideation, but always infuse the messaging with your unique brand personality, mission, and voice. 2, be transparent with audiences. Authenticity in content marketing is the heartbeat of trust. Don't be afraid to say, this blog post was actually co-created with AI, or here's what our behind the scenes process actually looks like. This transparency actually helps to build trust, which ultimately turns into loyalty. Build human connections on every channel is number 3. According to a 2025 survey, consumers are drawn to honest, relatable content, with authenticity driving higher engagement and ultimately return on investment. Think team member spotlights, customer stories, and real conversations instead of robotic scripts. Humans carve connection. They crave it. They carve it out in everything that they do. They always want to chase that connection, even in the digital space. Now, I've seen firsthand, even in using LinkedIn, how simple, honest reflections can be to create content. One of my famous things and fabulous things I love to do is give real opinions. They might only be one-liners, and I don't hit the AI button to rewrite it for me. I like it a little bit messy because that's me, that's personal. Now, the future's already here. AI is here. The global AI market values, and it's growing by about 5 times. So it's always growing. And as I said, it's getting bigger and bigger, from about 390 billion now to almost 2 trillion by 2030. Now, this year, 2025, experts predict 30% of outbound marketing content for large organizations will be AI generated. But even as these tools become more accessible and AI predicts and it does personalization and optimizes, the brand that wins will be the one who shows transparency, stays relentlessly true to themselves, and uses AI not as a crutch, but as, I suppose, like a megaphone or something to amplify the voice so people hear it more. It can be used to help champion your next campaigns, your next pieces of work, to produce new ways of using your original content. AI is how you work faster, but authenticity is how you matter. Thank you for listening to this podcast on More to Marketing. Please share and like so you can hear future fabulous podcasts. More to Marketing.